Hey guys, my name is Saber. I'm a knight that plays on the server NA West, part of the guild Gravity, and this is going to be a video that shows you guys how you should approach the fight Chaos Mach as a support knight. I'm going to run through a few important key details and whatnot, and hopefully you can learn how to play this fight efficiently and carry your team. So on the second wave here, you're going to notice a cannoneer that spawns by the boat right there. He's going to shoot a cannon which stuns. You want to avoid that projectile entirely. A lot of your DPS will push back these bombs. You just want to try your best to keep them in a safe position. The boss is going to get pulled down here. Holy Symbol usually comes out, and you want to try and horn as much of your players as possible. Here you're just going to push for damage. You'll see that I toggle Iron Defense off and try and push as much damage as I can. Just because you're a support knight does not mean you can't do damage. So yeah, in this phase there's nothing really special. You just got to be mindful of his attacks. And here you go. Here's the next phase. Watch closely to my positioning here. So I'm going to group these adds as best as I can. And here you can also push for damage. Ideally, the faster these adds die, the faster you push into the next wave. And the faster you get to damage the boss. So here's another wave. Same thing with that crewman over there. Right there, I just got stunned. He does the same thing, but this one you can actually insta-kill. So upon spawning, try to tap that ad, or have one of your DPS tap that ad. Here's going to be the first useful knight mechanic coming up as soon as you clear 1 o'clock ads. And it's pulled. He's going to jump down. He's going to do a block that AoE stuns following. Right here you want to horn when the buff times out and then bubble. So your DPS has uptime. Ideally here you just bait the attack, which is right there. Okay, and here is where the fun happens. A lot of people don't believe it, but the 90 to 53% is actually the hardest part of the phase, believe it or not. So here you're just pushing for as much damage as you can, and now watch closely, especially melee players in general, watch closely to how I position myself. Ideally you want to keep him in this section of the room, and there's a reason behind it, and I will show you in a bit. So 1 o'clock ads are about to spawn. Here they are. They spawn in the little platform, as you can see in the mini-map. That's what we call 1 o'clock ads. Again, you want to try and dodge as much stun squares as much as you can. That's what the ads do when they spawn. They shoot out stun tiles, and it's not fun when you get comboed. But watch closely. So I'm gonna call out some of his attack patterns. There's a charge. You can see that he swipes his he wiggles his hand, his sword hand and stuff. Here's gonna be a swipe. It's mini dash. It's cannon. You get used to it. So you'll see that I'm positioning here. It's sub 75% that these spinners, we'll call them, spawn, and grabbing aggro of them is a little bit tricky. Ideally you just need to be the first person next to them when they spawn. Try to do a little damage to them. Just maintain proximity of them, and you return to DPSing. Here, watch closely. I try my best to avoid getting hit as the knight because I need to be handling them. And this goes for melee. Ideally you need to try and focus on living. And so you see HS comes out, I horn, then I immediately go back to grabbing the ads. Spinners, as you can see, it's a little bit tricky, but if you can position the way that I do for those spinners, like, you'll handle them perfectly fine. There's a little bit of wonkiness that comes with the aggro of the spinners, but you'll come to learn how it works. I can't really go in depth as to how it's handled, how it works, but you with exposure to spinners, you'll see how it actually works. So ads are going to come out. You'll see that the boss does a brief delay, and it's kind of clear that the ads are coming out. Here you hug that right side, and then you pull, and then you shimmy over to the left a bit, force them out of their little pixel glitch spot, and they'll come through. Here you just can constantly DPS the boss, maintaining him in that area, and sometimes he does this and he targets the farthest person, and it's kind of wonky. But here you can see, like, sometimes I will cancel my skills and avoid just getting killed. Sometimes you'll see here which one of them targeted my priest. Just quick reaction is very important, because one rogue spinner can cause you to wipe, and it's very unfortunate. So I'll try to get a horn right there on the biggest group of players and just get value out of it, because you don't have time to min-max and tell people, hey, group up for horn, when this fight is all about dodging. Here I get stunned, unfortunately. I call out, hey, I'm stunned, watch out for the ads. Luckily for me, they actually got to target me. Now here is very quick movement. So right there, you'll notice that the boss phases after 499 million. If you go push him under that, he's gonna phase. And unfortunately, we weren't careful enough to hold back on DPS so that the spinners could be handled before you push. Fortunate for me, I handled it pretty fast and was able to get that bubble off. Otherwise, that would have been literally a raid wipe. But yeah, here there's many ways to approach this specific phase as the support knight. But me, ideally, I try and get these down as much as possible while maintaining them in this position. And the reason why I maintain them in this position is so that when the boss comes back, DPS can also cleave these ads, kill them fast, and I can push him into a different area facing away from my raid. I'm not going to go in depth as to how aggro truthfully works, but you'll know watching me do these fights that there is a way to keep the boss away or aggroed away from the group and allowing them DPS uptime. As you can see here, now he's just going to phase into the other island. It's going to be a repeat. So as a support knight, I've seen some people hug north with these ads and never let them spawn, but I don't think that's the correct way to go about it. Every individual player's DPS matters, and as soon as one of these ads dies, I think there's 8, you can start hitting the boss, cleaving off of the boss, right? And that damage onto the boss matters versus just ad damage, And so I keep him here. Again, as you can see, I think he's gonna phase though, unfortunately. Yeah, my group is doing a lot of damage, so ideally you just keep them there, face the boss away, and cleave off of the boss. So he's gonna do another charge, and then he's gonna jump towards 11 o'clock right there. He'll always jump towards here. You should have your DPS group on you as best as you can and get that horn off right there. I think I'm doing crossbows here, so it's gonna be a little late because we didn't communicate it. And get that horn off, and then I'm gonna go crossbow. Yep. Crossbow is very easy, you just gotta watch it. So right here he's gonna shoot a cannon, and on this side of crossbows, and this goes for everybody, not just support knights and stuff, you should know that the bottom person, the bottom crossbow person usually gets targeted by that cannon, and you can actually bait the cannon out and let the other cannon or crossbow person continue to shoot. As you can see here, and nope, never mind, we finished it, we pushed him out. So here is just going to be another push to 30% to get him to enrage again, and it's going to be a repeat. In this phase, it's very easy to handle. There's not much to worry about, and you should not get hit as I get hit. And yeah, this phase is very easy. As you can see, there's not too much of it, too much going on in this fight. And here's the enrage again, sub 30. So he does charge. He's going to do charge again after this. See, charge, and then he's going to do a swipe right there, and he's going to do another charge followed up by a jump towards the 1 o'clock platform right there. See, and so here, because of point of view and stuff, DPS should group up on the top of that conal. And here we go, it's another cannon phase. Now this cannon phase is a little bit weird, but people should be I was a little late here. People should just be pushing him as much as you can, and the cannon also targets the top person here, I'm pretty sure, the top crossbow person. So you might see it a bit here. Yeah, see, my comm does it very well. And here's just a push. This is just a very easy phase. Push there, shields down. About to push, he's about to do an AoE. There it is. Very easy to read once you get a little bit more exposure. and now you push to 20%. 20%, a lot of people think it's the hardest phase, but actually 20% is very easy if handled correctly. It's the poison phase. You need to worry about lifesavers and whatnot, but in reality, just find your method in handling this phase and you should be fine. As long as everybody's on the same page, phase is a lot easier than you think. One thing to note though, like for the lifesavers, ideally you'd have someone place 1 by 1 o'clock ads so that your DPS who are on 1 o'clock ads can DPS those ads down freely. So here what I'm standing on is a lifesaver, and this phase you just want to push as much damage as possible while being ready to bubble, and you will see there's going to be an explosive barrel thrower, as you can see in the upper left hand, and they're just going to constantly keep this boss stun locked as best as they can while the DPS push through this phase. You might have seen Macom return from the right side. He placed a tube over there, or a lifesaver, and you'll see that ranged DPS will climb up there and kill those ads that spawn. So this is what you need to effectively bubble here in the case that your explosive barrel person misses. But as you can see, we handled it pretty well. So you can see 1 o'clock ad spawns, someone's already over there, really good on them, and they're gonna kill the ads over there on the minimap if you see, and they're dead. So in this phase, yeah, spinners come out too, and it's very frustrating because poison ticks hurt. So to minimize the poison tick damage, you just want to jump as much as you can. The poison ticks are based on like ground damage in terms of the x-axis. The poison tick lingers on the ground, so as long as you're jumping over or above it, you will minimize the amount of damage you're getting. So you should be practicing jumping around in this phase. So here HS comes out. I'm gonna horn right there because I wanted more people to come to this platform to horn, but they didn't. So you just want to get as much damage. We dropped the stun chain there, and so it's a repeat. And as a knight, you're gonna find a lot of struggle in this phase because it hurts and it's very frustrating when you push the boss too fast and he jumps back down and there's gonna be ads right under him. But if you can communicate very freely, this fight actually is just, this phase, I mean, is actually very easy. The boss is gonna return here. Ideally, I would go chase him, but I'm tired and lazy in this video, as far as I know. And it's better to hit him as soon as he comes back because there is a little bit of a wonky healing mechanic that he does if someone has no aggro on him. But here, as you can see, there's the bubble right here. But we got the stun off, so it's really nice. But yeah, that's pretty much the fight. Again, my name is Saber. I play on the server NA West. I'm a knight, part of a guild called Gravity. Hopefully you guys learned a lot from this video. I know that a lot of people have been asking me to do this, and hopefully I can upload a lot more videos in the future and whatnot. I'm looking to streaming, but yeah, feel free to leave a like, comment, asking any questions, and hopefully I'll respond to them. Thank you.